Welcome everyone to the Scorestreak guide here on the YouTube, and today we're going to be looking at the dart. Now, this Scorestreak dart guide is mainly for Scorestreaks that you don't see too often on the battlefield. Things like the dart, HCXD, Rolling Thunder, those type of Scorestreaks, and some other Scorestreaks like the more popular ones. This is also going to highlight them, and I'm going to teach you guys how you can actually get more kills and be more effective with your Scorestreaks. So we're just going to get on with it. We're going to look at the dart in today's video, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so first thing you need to know about the dart is it requires 650 score. Not that hard to get, and most of you will be able to get this unless you're a below average player. If you can get the dart, brilliant, but a lot of people overlook it because it's one of the first kill streaks you get. It's like one of the lowest killing ones you can get other than the HCXD, and so people skim over it. But however, if you use the dart correctly, it will absolutely annihilate the other team. So let me give you an example. So there's some gameplay in the background as I'm talking about this, but with the dart, most people, when they get the dart, they'll throw it forward and try to take people out on the ground level, or you know, a decent level. But the problem with this is that if you try to lock onto people, they can easily avoid it. The enemy can see the dart coming, and you might just miss. So it doesn't really work out in that sense. However, if you get the dart and you throw it directly up into the air, you take the dart high up. When you get to a good point, flick it back down towards the ground, and it's like a Hellstorm Missile. You have got an overview of the map where you can see all the players that are outside. You have the option to either lock on or free fire. And on game modes like Domination, if they're trying to cap, say, the B flag, you've got your dart up in the air. You can have an aerial shot of the B flag. All you have to do is fire one missile onto that flag. Boom, you can get a triple, you can get a quad, you can get whatever you want. If you had it along the ground level or straight forward, yes, you could potentially still get it, but it's a lot harder to hit those shots, and like I said, the enemy can see the missile coming, which means they're going to avoid it. Next thing with the dart, and you've got to be really careful with this, you've got to be able to maneuver it. There is a slow feature on the dart if you press left trigger or L2, depending on what console you're playing on. It's on the screen as you're flying it. If you can slow that down, you can actually navigate that dart through buildings and through corridors and all sorts, and be really sneaky with it. But you've got to be really good at piloting the actual dart. You don't want to be crashing it into walls, you don't want to be hitting it into things and objects and whatnot. You want to be able to control that really well. Now my advice with the dart, throw it up in the air, grab some kills. If there's someone in a ledge, you've got the advantage because they can't see you, but you could hit the surface next to them. Whenever you're using the dart, don't aim it right at them. If you know someone's in a window, aim it on the window ledge or the floor where they're standing, even if you can't see them, because you will pick up the kill. And the last tip I can give you with the dart is if you come in across a player wearing flak jacket, not flap jacket, if someone's wearing flak jacket, then don't waste your time with the dart on them. It will take more like 2 to 3 shots of a dart just to kill a flak jacket user, and you have to be pretty much accurate with it. It's not worth it whatsoever, so just ignore that, move on to your next target, and just make sure that they just don't have flak jacket. And there you go. I mean, how much more can I say? Nice short video, simple and sweet, but it gets straight to the point. The dart, don't overlook the dart. It's an amazing kill streak, and run it and use these tips that I've given you. Make sure you put it up in the air, slow it down if you have to, up in the air so you can get an aerial view, then fire and rain your missiles down. You will have a good time. Okay, so let's highlight some of the key points about this. Something I didn't mention, this is great for objective game modes. Do not use this kill streak on game modes like Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Free For All. Players are not clustered up together on those modes, so this kill streak is almost pointless or irrelevant. Use it on game modes like Domination and Safeguard. That is your best bet. Don't waste your shots on players using flak jacket. Absolutely pointless. They're just going to sponge all the rockets. Waste of time. Go flick to another target. When flying the dart, take the dart upwards into the sky, then look down onto the battlefield and pick your targets and fire upon them. Don't lock onto players that are behind cover because your rockets are not going to hit them. They could strafe and get behind cover. Absolutely pointless. If you've got to hit someone behind cover, make sure you free fire it and it hits next to them and then it will kill them. And something you need to remember is use the slowdown feature on the actual kill streak itself to be able to control the dart better. So that is episode 1 of the Scorestreak guide, and I will see you in a future video. Take it easy.